go up against the opposition waiting in that grand final. It's going to be a tough one. 5-5 has been honestly like just heck of fun, man. That is my biggest takeaway, is how much different this 5v5 arena is versus the 3v3. And much love. I will be completely transparent. I thought it was going to be a disaster piece. Instead, this is some of the most, like, this is cool. It's fun. It's wild. We're getting fans involved on the in voting into what we're doing. Please vote knockout. And like, it's just been really cool, man. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it has been good. I mean, it's very hectic and there's a lot to follow. It makes our jobs a lot harder. And I'm sure it makes the players' jobs a lot harder as well, because it's a lot harder to follow 5 people than it is 3. But it is extremely exciting gameplay. As you say, Knockout's good, Brawl Ball's good. Haven't seen that much gem grab, to be honest. We've seen it here and there, but it's mainly been that Knockout, mainly been that Brawl Ball. I have been enjoying the gem grab, though, as well. All 3 of these game modes that we are playing in 5v5, they're just really, really fun.
Yeah, I think watching the players adapt over time, I'm curious, actually, you're a little bit more in tune. And I see some players out there in chat. How long, do you know how long the players, how much 5v5 the players have been like doing?
I don't know. I saw Reply Totem did a video on the 5v5. It was like, we tried 5v5 and they did it with Guille and Trevor. So I don't know if that was kind of like practice turned into a video for the sake of it. But I think there's been a few scrims here and there in 5v5 because, you know, there's cash on the line. Why wouldn't there be?
Exactly. It's just so, I really can't express to you at home how different 5v5 is compared to 3v3. Like it's for Brawl Ball, it's a completely different game, in my opinion. Like, there's just so many, like, brawler interactions, sure, but the map is so much larger. Your passing lanes are so much more important. Gem grab winds up being really interesting. One of our maps, I forget if it's Arctic Extraction. We'll see it in a second. I love this little guy, by the way. Some of these maps have 2 gem dispensers. And so that drastically changes it. 1 gem spawner. But what winds up happening is the gameplay, you still wind up having multiple team fights. So everything's not only about mid-contestation, you also wind up having a 1v1 or a 2v2 in either left or right lane that impacts your mid-fight. And there's just a lot of stuff flying around.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely crazy. With all the Mortises and the Kenjis coming through now, it's just mental, especially with the Moes coming in. There's so many things to just, like, go in with. And I think it's heightened even more by the Max, going to provide some speeds. Everything's just kind of just collapse on the opponents and hope for the best, because a lot of the time I feel like they're not even focusing on that gem spawner. They're just kind of, like, accepting their fights and hoping to pick some gems up along the way.
Sometimes that might be the right choice, depending on composition. If you want to go for those fights, depends on how aggressive your comp is. There's a whole lot of work to be done. But right now, looks kind of classic. Lukey on max, controlling mid. Nobody has anything to say about it. Joker does step forward just a little bit. So it's 3-all. Nice even matchup here, Trav. This is kind of what you were talking about, where we're just seeing fancy team deathmatch with some gems along the way.
Yeah, just hoping. And I mean, Joker stayed on this gem spawner very well. He's got 5 in the hand, and you know, regardless of all his teammates going down, then you know they're not just going down; they're sacrificing themselves for the greater good of Joker getting gems. So it seems to be working so far. They've got a 3-gem lead, and you know, a few supers probably along the way. Joker with one in their hands now, but Mortis can't get that off, and Joker's put at risk here, not going down though. Still dashing upon him though. Nice little twister before he goes down, and Laura forced to pick up these gems, which I'm sure they prefer to be in Joker's hands.
8-4. I was taken down on the bottom side, and there's the countdown started by SK Gaming. Yashi has 3, and if he goes down, it's not a big deal. Everybody else, though, got to start thinking about it. Countdown from 6, as OPE is the target. Lukey and Tomsy are here, and they could make this one happen, but they needed an extra 2 seconds. Nice job to hold on there. Game 1 in the books.
Yeah, just a slight denial in the end with the hypercharge super. It's quite hard to get past that, but still almost got him down to 800. You know, 1 or 2 more seconds, and he would have fallen down, and the gems would have been reset. But it is SK who walk away with this one. Nice stuff from them. One more required, but then again, it was kind of one more required in the last one as well, and didn't manage to get it done. So let's not count out Humble just yet, as they have been looking very, very strong. Just not as strong as we saw them here in Gem Grab.
The playbooks are certainly not as strong they are in 3. You know, these leads are not set in stone. These victories are tenuous at best most of the time. You know, we keep saying that these teams are evenly matched up in this, that, and a third. I think that there are varying levels of talent. Of course, a lot of these teams. Really, it's the just exposure to the game modes, I think, that is really the differentiator. And the better teams are learning faster. That's what I'm seeing. Humble get to the middle a little bit faster. And OPE trades out, but center still belongs to Humble.
Yeah, Boss with a really nice super there. Almost gets a couple of them down, and Laura is low. But it's a 5-0 Gem lead, and the Sandstorm down as well. Lane looking to try and push them out of this to not give them the advantage of having that there. But it is all Humble at the moment, and SK have got out a spawn.
BE to the back line. Finds Tomsy, pushed back, but still finds the kill on the backside. SK Gaming with the window open thanks to OPE have complete control of mid. They've got 9 gems in the pocket. Boss trying to hide, and it will not work. Number 10 for SK. Joker with 2, OPE with 8. And the countdown is running.
I mean, what a turnaround this has been. Laura going to place the Sandstorm down as well, not allow anybody to reset that health. And OP goes for the back snipe, 4 seconds left. Joker's so low, but they can't find him. They can't find any of them super, but not enough. And SK will do it. Joker takes a little bit of a sip of, you know, whatever that is, apple juice probably, and goes straight to the grand finals.
Fantastic stuff coming out from Joker and the squad. I really feel like SK Gaming started today off weak. I'm not just saying that because they lost their first matchup. I think, or because they wound up on the good side of their first matchup. They seem to like kind of sneak by, and then finding here, they really kind of like stepped into themselves. And I think they're going into grand finals as maybe the strongest team out here.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of seem that way. I mean, you know, he's repping the reply totem chair, I will say. So he's kind of supporting his opponents in the grand finals, but a bit of a mixture between the two of them. I will say, like, SK played this very well. They weren't in control for the majority of this game, but a little bit of a turnaround here and there puts them straight back in a very strong position, and they managed to take it regardless. But you got to feel bad for Humble. They have been one of the, I was going to say the better teams, but all the teams have literally been the same. Every single game has been a 2-1 today. We haven't had a single sweep. Everything's so close. And honestly, anybody could have come in and won.
I know what you mean, though. Humble have had some of these like gigantic moments where I agree. All 4 of our teams have generally, even Zeta, who fell out early, all 4 of our teams have felt ever so evenly matched. And no, I'm not being nice. I legitimately do. But Humble, it feels like they have had the really big highlight plays, like these giant moments that just make us go, whoa. And so, yeah, I'm in agreement there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, we're not being nice because we're probably 2 of the guys who would just say it straight and would tell them, listen, you're not on par with the rest of the people. That's just how it is. Everything has been a 50-50 though, so I'm quite glad to say that, and I'm quite glad to see that as well, because we haven't had a single sweep. And, you know, sweeps, they don't provide the best entertainment, so I'm quite glad we've been 2-1 pretty much every single game.
Well, we've certainly got some entertainment in front of us. The grand finals are waiting for us just on the other side of this quick sponsor break.
The Snapdragon Pro Series Brawl Stars Championship is brought to you by Snapdragon Elite Gaming, Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, Monster Energy, and DHL.
Told it'd be a quick one. Grand finals await us. Ark is back and Trav's still here. Ark, we had a good little semi-finals. Are you ready for grands?
Oh, I am ready for the grand finals. Absolutely so. I mean, the way things are going, SK Gaming are going to be able to like just win their grand finals winnings and just bounties alone. But I cannot wait to see who goes all the way. It's been a fantastic day so far.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Again, just from a sheer commentary perspective, I'm sure Trav and Ark, you guys agree with me. Just seeing the 5v5 and having my brain sort of it's a new Rubik's Cube for me to mess around with, you know, because I'm so 3v3, this matchup, this counter matchup, got it. And now 5v5, I'm like, what do I do with all these limes? You know, it's kind of crazy, Trav.
It has been slightly mental. I will say it's really hard to keep up with, but it's also thrilling at the same time. And as you guys can see, grand final will be Reply Totem versus SK Gaming. We've had this matchup already, and Reply Totem have won. I mean, SK have firmly earned their place here, beating Humble twice, though. Very, very nice stuff from them to be able to beat a team as consistent and as strong as Humble 2 times. But they do still have their biggest opponent ahead of them. Have lost to them already, Reply Totem.
Reply Totem and SK Gaming are one of my favorite matchups in traditional Brawl Stars, little 3v3, because it really does feel like Joker and Chaos just swapped positions. And the, like, personal story there of watching the new guy take down the old team and coincidentally the old teammates therein arc, I think is really, really fun to watch. Makes it just makes me so much more invested in this Reply versus SK matchup.
Yeah, it's been really enjoyable to see, you know, some old faces come back to new, and just, you know, just to have everyone come together and just play a game that has not been seen in the BSC. You know, this is what for me it's all been about, and it's been really enjoyable to see everyone give it their all and just embrace the chaos, embrace the fun, and just have a great day. You know, it doesn't have to always be uber serious in the BSC. I'm glad that we do these sort of things, and I hope we do them a bit more in the future as well.
Uber's not that serious. He's a very funny man.
I see what you did there.
It was a very good joke. I'm proud of it. Our predictions for the day have been lackluster, is what we'll say here. But that means that this has been absolutely what it needs to be. The September spectacle has been spectacularly confusing and just a surprise all across the board, I think, for the most part. And watching these teams acclimate themselves to the 5v5, it's probably about the 4th time I've mentioned it, Trav, but I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. And honestly, we are useless at predicting today. I actually don't know what's going on. Like, none of us are usually like this, and we're like, 4 out of 5 have been wrong, but it is Reply Totem versus SK Gaming rocking up. You've seen them already. Do we even need to show these? Mori, Maru, iChaos, and they're added too of Guille and Trevor, both ex-teammates of iChaos as well, so kind of bringing that middleman chemistry in there as well. So nice to see these guys come together. They've had some wonderful plays today. It's just a question of whether or not they're going to be able to stack up against this stacked SK roster.
Anybody in particular, Arc, that you've been looking at on the Reply Totem team?
Maru today, for me, has been really quite the shining star. You know, many a time just being the last man standing in knockouts, and you know, he is that sort of quietly kept individual who's very aggressive as a player. And you know, I always love watching Maru play. I think that he's just one of the most kind of like one of the most modest and kind of quiet characters in the BSC, and that's what makes him so enjoyable for me.
Heavily agree on that, by the way. Not Joker, Yashi, and then OPE and Lorita joining up here. OPE, a strong competitive player in his own right. Lorita also repping the women's scene really strong. And their additions to this team here today have been really impressive. I said earlier today that SK Gaming seems to be the most cohesive 5-person team, meaning the addition of the two additional players just seem to have a little bit more synergy than everybody else. Trav, would you agree with that or disagree?
No, I feel the same way. It does just seem to be working so well, and I think that's you could say that for both these teams, right? Like the synergy for both these teams seems to be the best out of any, and that's kind of why they're here. Less about I'm not saying they're not the most skilled players, but if you look at a skill basis, nobody can deny at Zeta Division were the best team coming in today skill-wise. But these two teams, Reply Totem and SK Gaming, they've had the synergy, and that's pulled them through to the finals.
I mean, it's giga important to have the synergy in 3v3. In 5v5, it might even be more important to the point where you can have, again, all of our players are strong, I'm not tossing any shade, but you can be slightly less talented if you are just work better with your squad mates. It sort of evens things out, and that's exactly what we're seeing on SK. I've got 2 teammates, but I've also got a bazillion teammates out there, and I'm going to ask the team to go ahead and start voting. Event.brawlstars.com. Help us figure out what to do with these players. Where are we playing? How are we playing? What are we playing? Vote for the modifiers. We got a whole bunch on the field. We've seen Meteor Shift. Or Meteor Shower. We've seen Angry Robo. We've seen Graveyard Shift as well. We have not seen Energy Drink, Fast Brawlers, Super Bushy, Supercharge, Top Dog, or Arc. How do you say that last one?
Unlimited power.
I'm not getting tired of it, by the way. Event.brawlstars.com. Just a reminder of where to vote. Trav, what'd you vote for?
Are we doing top row or bottom row? That's the question.
That is
It's
the question.
bottom row.
It's bottom row. Then I will go for Super Bushy.
Nice.
I just voted
Bush.
for it.
Did you actually?
Yeah, I literally did. I can screenshot it.
What a great game, mate. What a modifier.
That one is, so it's interesting because that one would significantly change the way I draft. That one, like if I see that one, yep, Ark just put it in the, Ark did vote for Super Bushy.
And sadly it is last, but
Yeah, it's not going to win. We're going to do, I
Devastating.
think it's time for a meteor shower. So meteors rain on down and we'll get this one again. I didn't notice it last time. I'll keep an eye out for it this time and see if our brawlers get all messed up. And should be an exciting one. A grand finals for sure. Reply Totem going head-to-head against SK Gaming. A storied matchup in the league. For those that haven't traditionally followed the BSC, iChaos and Joker used to be on each other's teams, and then they swapped. And so this has been a fun matchup in the BSC and around the scene for a long time. Makes sense that our September spectacle ends on a big bang note like this one, Arc. Straight up, this one's about fun, and this is fun. So why don't we get into it? Stop yapping. We got two casters. Their names are Trav and Arc. I'll see you on the other side of the grand finals. Good luck.
Do it, I'm with the biggest yapper of them all, aren't I? Yeah, I mean, you never shut up, mate.
how dare you? How dare you? I shut up when I want to shut up, and that is rarely. So 76% to Reply Totem, not what I would have expected, I will say, but after their performances and after they've already beaten SK today, I'm not entirely surprised that much. I am, but not that much.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, I kind of wanted to vote for Reply Totem because I felt like today they have been the strongest looking team. And do I think they'll possibly win? Yeah, I think they possibly will. But SK are the team that I'm rooting for. I think that they've shown some real promise here today. And, you know, when we look back at the very beginning of how things all started, I mean, I felt like Reply Totem were probably the least likely team actually with their roster to be able to pull out the goods today so far. They have been doing just that. I think today's been going a bit backwards as to how I anticipated it. I kind of would have put like Zeta Division down as number 1 and then Humble down as 2 and from there. But I mean, here we are. And the teams that are here have already deserved to be here. It's been playing better than everyone else that we've seen. So on the side of Reply Totem, we've got the mode, which is going to differentiate to SK Gaming. Is going to be going with the grey. We haven't seen necessarily the most amount of impact from Grey today so far, so I'm hoping to see a bit more from him in Knockout because it's a tough brawler to make work when you're faced against like Mr. P's, Kenji's, big tanky brawlers like Mr. El Primo. But no shit, it's a bit of a surprising thing to me. We've seen like a little glimpse of Lenan playing it earlier, but other than that, that's been about it.
And Kit was killed first, like literally every single round as well.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure about why we're seeing it being brought back at all. So we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, you're gonna be rolling on in down this left-hand side. Maru with him as well, but it's just berry heals against berry heals at this point. There's not a lot going on. Gier's gonna make some moves and gets thrown right into the mix, but a lot of health back, but not enough to keep him alive.
Tough start for Reply Totem, but they are in a better position for me so far. And again, with that buff above their heads, it can definitely change the tides very, very quickly here. And just trying to wait their time down a little bit. They prefer to have the gas put on a bit more pressure. There's a nice takedown there from Maori on that right-hand side onto Joker, eradicating the Grey. But again, like I said, I think the kind of key for Grey really is to kind of get geared up with that TP and just have that late game approach. It doesn't necessarily matter whether Grey's going to survive on too well, as Maori is taken down there by OPE. Now it's 4 versus 3.
I mean, I'm surprised we're not seeing this Mr. P spawner being taken down on this side here. It's been kind of free shot for about a minute now, and not really a lot going on from Trevor to try and take it down, but got one of his own. Yoshi's going to come jumping on in, should go down, but actually gets a kill himself and retreats nicely. 4v2, but we've seen these play out with the 2 winning before.
Yeah, really nice stuff there from Laura. Now, Maru and Guy Chaos got a lot of problems on their hands, but that port spawn is about to go down to the gas. Lorita has another one to hand. I think she's actually going to maybe go down to the gas here herself, provide onto her teammates. Well, that could be a perfect time on the respawn there, or the turret as well, maybe on the other side of things. But let's see, it's Maru versus OP and Lenan. One down goes. Will Lenan stay alive here? He's going to be the last man standing for SK Gaming.
I mean, that was well played. These kind of deciding to just let yourself go, accept defeat, empower up your teammates. Seems like it shouldn't really be a thing, but also it's smart. You know, that you got to do it if it's a mechanic that can make you win games. SK Gaming playing it out perfectly. There's a few times that Laura's done that now, and you know, communication with the teammate clearly pulling through strong. You know, doing that.
I think the idea was to kind of go down, but then throw the turret like just before you die and then have it land. I assume that with additional buff after having then made it like applied to just the one man still left standing on the team. But I couldn't really tell whether it did or not. But if that is the case and she pulled it off, unbelievable stuff. Now, Reply Totem very much in that same position of being down a man, and that's now leveled things out with Joker again. Very much the same thing. The TP is placed by the Grey, and the Grey goes down. So strategic placements here. That's probably not one of them, as Lenan falls to Maori.
Yeah, a little bit of a trade there, and OP does have a super, but Maru's still working for his. We'll get it by just being hit, so I'm sure we'll see him with it at some point before this final battle goes down. And Porter's jumping on these launch pads. Trevor and Lorita both have their turrets, so they're just spawning constantly, and Barry going to go for the kill onto Trevor's now, and Laura's is a bit more out of reach, but yeah, just dealing with them nicely. Gadget being used, and that's going to take some ammo, and it's going to take some killing as well.
Maru has hypercharge and super, and he's so dangerous with it. He's a dangerous primo in itself. As Guille and OP dancing that right-hand side, Maru goes in there on Laura. Laura surviving on, but not for long. As now, Yoshi has got to come out with the goods here. Finds Guille. Can he find Maru, though? It's going to be a really tough ask, but those heals can go such a long way into the gas. But Maru survives on. Wonderful stuff, all tied up.
Yeah, well, not going to let this first game go out of their hands just yet. Trevor throwing down some shots on the right side, and it's just Barry heals yet again, just trying to work out what the opposition's doing. Supercharge should be here, and it is for Laura as the porters start coming in once more, and Trevor gets one of his own right now.
Well, that top left-hand side we go again for Reply to for SK Gaming. We've seen quite a number of times now. Now, Joker attempts to go on the aggressive edge, places though the TP in a good spot again for that late game approach. Going to keep hopefully some heals coming in for his team, who are the last people standings. It likely probably won't be as him, as he's been going down quite quickly in the grand scheme of things, and ideally wants to. He doesn't want to be in that position at the end. He wants to have his teammates with the healthier HPs be the ones to carry things. As Maru and Trevor really going in aggressive there onto Lenan. These portal spawners are proving problematic for them to deal with. Laura doing a great job on that left-hand side there to keep everyone at bay.
Yeah, I mean, OP had that super in hand for so long. Going to use it again. Hypercharge once more. Super comes through from both Yoshi, Elma. Everything's going down. Maury's going to use that super too, surely, in just a second. Lane, one of his own, sliding through and slicing as well. Still a 4v4, regardless of all of that. I was expecting more deaths.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. The Barry went down the other side of SK Gaming. That could prove really problematic towards the end. Those heals, as we know, can provide so much survivability. Mary going to get taken care of there. Went a bit too overly aggressive into Lenan. It made light work of everything. But 3 versus 3 now. Very, very tight to call. Lorita going into the gap there to be able to provide even more utility of the SK Gaming to be able to survive this one. OP struggling with the amount of heals there, but IKLs will fall. Lenan's still alive, then that's the key. But Maru! Well, we're going to come out on top. No, it's still Lenan on top, and SK Gaming get the game.
Honestly, I'm glad you were speaking then, because I could not have told you what just happened. Everything kind of, everybody's dying at once, gas coming through. Like, who actually knows what just happened? 3v3 and like 2 people survived, and then one, I think, got killed by 12,000 damage of gas. Like, it's just crazy what happens in the late game of these knockouts when people have like 4 power-ups over their head and like 20k HP. It's just all a lot. And it is SK who come out on top, but we've got possibly another 2 games of that.
I think a lot of it as well comes from having seen Kenji for the first time in the BSC, because ultimately that super is just very kind of like disorientating as a caster when you're seeing it, like, you know, for like the first day, and like trying to like locate where you're gonna come back when you come out of that slice and dice as well. It's kind of like one of those things which ultimately is always happening with a new brawler, but we normally get about a nice month of period of time or a few weeks to kind of customize ourselves.
Not a day.
A lot of this stuff, throwing him straight into the deep end. I love it. But that is what the September Spectacle is all about, you know, and it has brought some more chaos and things, and I love it for that reason.
Yeah, no, it's very enjoyable to watch. Joker going to set up a teleport here into the mid. It's a lot more helpful than these launch pads, which just throw you to the other side of the wall and not really get you into the mid when the gas is there. They've been a cause of quite a few deaths along the way. Chaos does have a super here as well, so nice and easy for him to be able to heal up his teammates or go aggressive and try and get a kill if one presents itself.
I find it quite funny, the portals just kind of just jumping inside of these jump pads as the match kind of continues all on, but OP there, getting himself out of harm's way with a nice heal there off the back of Yoshi's splash. Mario, though, like to have something to go on the aggressive. We have to like provide some support. Should Triple be aggressive by letting down there on that left-hand side. Nice walking cane there, connection from Joker onto Kie, now taking care of the porter. Wants to probably place a TP in a way that he can go in the aggressive, but also provide something for late game for his teammates.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of heals you can get with this berry in a 5v5 is just ridiculous with the supers. Now the porter's coming through. That berry shot should bring them down just about, and it does. Gie pinned at the bottom by Joker, but he can eat a few of those shots and move on. Mori going to go down, though, and now Gie jumping in from the launch pad, trying to make something happen, will bring Laura down. And Joker should be short following, but they're just accepting death to power up their teammates, and Laura now doing the same.
OP going super on the aggressive, but he finds something of this. Absolute chaos ensues, but there is still Reply Totem looking relatively firm on the mid. Everyone on the side of SK Gaming looking pretty low, but Lanar still survives. How is he doing this?
I don't know, I thought he was outside of the walls. I thought he was up top, but like all of a sudden he's in the middle dealing so much damage. It's crazy. And I mean, SK one round away now from taking this first set, and it seems like they're very much in control. They know when to let themselves die, they know when to power up their teammates, and they know when they can win.
I think it's the additional heals to the back of the slice and dice keeping him in the mix there, because he was so low and then went outside the map, came back in, and then had like 17,000 HP above his head or something stupid. But nonetheless, in that respect, I think Reply System have to focus a bit more heavily onto Lanar and getting him taken down in this early moment of the game, and that's where SK are playing it so well. They're really prioritizing his life above all else and keeping him alive as the last man standing, knowing that he is the best person to be left standing.
Yeah, it does make sense. And Joker already has that teleport set up and has another one in hand as well, so can definitely help out his teammates if need be. These porters giving him a bit of trouble, though. It does take 2 shots to deal with them, and that's with only 1 power-up, never mind more than that. Chaos going to rotate over, heal people up, and going to move his focus onto Joker.
Well, Trevor aggressing there, Lyrics on the left-hand side. I think just 1 shot away and does go down to Treble. I'm surprised Trevor hasn't got another porter spawn to hand off the back of that alone, but it's probably 1 shot away from it now just for safety. Meanwhile, SK Gaming looking a little bit weak and weary, pushing the right-hand side, but they are still staying firm. These berry heals really are a must, as both sides just looking for the moment to strike. OP goes in first, finds Chaos. Chaos gets the swipe back, and the heals come in the back of that as well. Chaos, though, will fall to Yoshi. And now Maru trying his best. OP versus Maru. It's El Primo versus El Primo. Who is going to come out on top? It's going to be OP throwing Maru off the wall. Jumps back into the map. Maru just about 3,000 HP. Was in the middle of burning down there as well.
Yeah, I mean, these 1v1s at the end are always so hectic. Just like a Primo throw, Primo jump pad, teleport, everything going on. And just unfortunately for OP, wasn't able to get the job done. Maru, such a decorated Primo. You can't really expect to be coming out on top of that matchup against a man like him.
Honestly, I think I pushed my rank 35 rank pre-buff with Maru on Primo during the Godzilla event, and he was unreal. Like, absolutely carrying me. He's one of the best Primos in the EU. There's no doubt about that in this region, but let's see. Will he be able to come out on top yet again in this round? That is the question. Lanar now falls, actually, to Kai Chaos. It's quite a big, important takedown to have at this stage of the game. That's the kind of person you want to be able to have kind of carry towards the end.
Yeah, and Trevor falls down. I think that means there's no... Oh, no, there is. There's 1 set of porters left. for them before they don't have any more coming in. So it might be worthwhile getting that down. Joker's going to go in and just get himself killed. I thought at least if you're going to do that, bring the porters down with you, Joker, you know? But now the pressure comes in more. He's getting so much damage, does fall. And they do get a trade on Laura as she goes down. It's a 3v2. That doesn't really mean a lot.
Wow. OP's got hypercharge, and that does mean a lot, but as does Maru. Both sides really matching themselves in terms of utility, but I think Chaos has the super to now. Well, actually, Yoshi has his now as well, so it really is a mirror matchup that we're seeing kind of develop here. But 3 versus 2, definitely not the easiest position to come out alive. SK Gaming doing their best, though, regardless. Maru jumps in. Will he come out? Though that's the question. He is going alive, quite healthy in terms of HP, and does stay standing for SK Gaming.
Yeah, again, there was not. I wanted nothing more than to be his camera when he leaned in for that kiss, but sadly we're not getting it this time. Maybe if he wins the entire thing, we'll get another reaction from Guille that we'll enjoy once more. But I mean, Reply Tone, they were trailing. They look good. They are in a very good position now because I mean, Guille, in these kind of close moments, you said it as soon as Linane fell. It's not looking good. When the Kenji goes down, you know you're in a tough position. And that's exactly what they were.
Crazy stuff. It's just so chaotic, isn't it? I even called KAB on SK Gaming there. Unreal. Like, it's really hard to really keep up with just the absolute chaos that we see in 5v5, but we love it for that very reason as well. And let's see now, as we're all tied up, who gets that early advantage. I want to see a bit more from the mode from Maori. He's got some really nice opening hands, but then suddenly will go down as a result of being kind of double teamed. But the times are right for Maori to strike. It just hasn't got the survivability now, as both still definitely a threat, but it's about timing that aggression as well.
Oh, laying down again. Maru's going to be able to pick that up as he just over-aggresses him. You know, the Kenji seem to be the guys who are winning the late game fights, and they're the ones who are carrying the games. And if you're going down so early on, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure.
Definitely a tough spot without that Kenji. EA still standing on the side of the Reply Totem, so let's see what value that he can bring to the table. Chaos going aggressive onto Laura. Should be able to survive there. Nice TP away as well, because that would have been a perilous position to find themselves in. But Reply Totem are down to 3 players. Disadvantage sometimes, but one that can turn quite quickly is Maru does find Laura now, making it a 3 versus 3. And some heals, some stuns, some splashes, some fire burns down from that bottom side. Absolute carnage.
Well, I'd be surprised if Joker wins this. I'll tell you that right now. He does have porters along with him.
Big Maru is.
But he does have porters. But can a Grey win this? I don't. Maybe he can.
It's not going to be easy regardless. I mean, look at Maru's HP. I mean, if Joker could just whistle it down slightly, get the TP, and just keep evading things, but this is where it gets tough. Yeah. Maru took care of that, took care of business, as he should, and puts Reply Totem back on top.
I mean, that is, you know he's losing that. I mean, he had a chance. He kind of TP'd a little bit too early there, preemptively, thinking he was probably going to use that Primo Super and he could get away from it, heal. But a little bit too early. Mori going very aggressive off the start as well. Wants to try and get some damage in, get the super, and hopefully take someone down along with him.
Maru going in, does find the pickup, but then again gets taken down as well. I'm saying it's very tough to make Mo work actually in this circumstance with so many of your opposition able to just cluster together and just ensure the trades. It's very hard for Mo to kind of get back out of that situation as Joker goes in, finds Trevor as well on the left-hand side. Great stuff from him. And now 4 versus 3. Reply Totem still down to 3 players. But that's never really seemed to be a problem for them. They've always come out on top in this scenario.
Yeah, well, we'll see if this time Maru will be able to make the difference. Hope he's going to go and use his hypercharge and does get some damage in, but should fall down. But now the name slides in and it flips the other way. They get the 4v2 opportunity. They do only have 1 power up though, and Maru looking very healthy with 30k HP.
EA thinking about it, but the hypercharge there from Maru doesn't actually connect with anything as everyone from SK just evades it. Maru on the hunt now and trying to find something, but everyone's evading him as they should on the side of SK. Finally now Joker falls, but EA then staying alive. Maru gets to take down Lana. Now OPU's doing his best, throws then Maru over the head, but he's got a lot of work to be done here. Can Reply Totem come out on top. It's now that same old story. The 1v1 of Primos. Now Mario with a couple of taps there. Gets OP low. The heals off the back of that TP though. Bring him straight back into the mix. And now it's going to be fist versus fist. Gadgets on the side of Maru. None on the side of OPE. So that could be an advantage here.
They didn't hit each other.
Both players didn't even use super. They both stood their ground and played chicken with it.
Didn't even hit each other once. I mean, the gas just does everything, and the heal that OP had just won in the game. Absolutely crazy that you're able to win just off that. The gas doing like 11,000 to tick on the Primos is just absolutely wild. But this is gone down to the wire, as it always does. As it always does in the September Spectacle. It's down to the last round to see who takes this set.
Look at this aggressiveness from Reply Totem as they're just hurting now. SK Gaming. But there's the Barry heals, and that's going to come in very nice to ensure that Maori does fall. They're still going for it. The Nam falls now to Chaos. And that's going to turn things around a little bit now. 4 versus 4. Look at this. It's just like everyone's just... There was Reply Totem chasing SK, and now it's SK chasing Reply Totem.
Well, I mean, you know, usually in knockout, oh, it's a 4v3, surely they can't lose. But then they just get themselves killed, they change the game, and even if you're a 1v5 with 4, you can probably still win. TP comes through and he gets a little bit of a heal from it. Now, Super should be coming in from one of them shortly, but Berry managed to get his and a TP to the mid from OP. Just moves his position. Oh, nice bait on the Super from Maru there, but a Super gear is so hard to follow. Maru now goes in. OP should be able to win that. The burn down damage still going through. He does fall, but that's powering up his teammates. Now he does go down. I mean, this is just crazy. He is surely going to fall and SK take it. Just that happens. And that's the first set. Go into SK Gaming after a very, very long-winded set of knockout.
Oh my word, I need to lie down. My head can't take it. But pure chaos, calculated chaos though, you've got to say on the side of SK Gaming for the majority of the time. I think there's early trades where the key lied for me, and I think Maori just going down quite a lot on that Mo pick always kind of like made a difference. I mean, Joker went down himself a fair bit on that Grey pick. Those two brawlers themselves weren't really there to have that kind of like survivability until the very end, but it's more to help like give some pressure in some places, provide the TP with the healing, which we saw as well, made a massive difference for OPE and that Primo towards the end as well. But certainly sheer chaos. I mean, that was probably the most chaotic round we've had today.
Oh, I honestly don't know what to say after that. It was possibly one of the most tiring, hard to follow sets of Brawl Stars that I have ever seen in my entire life. It's just so back and forward. You never know what's going to happen because people have different power, obviously have different HP. People are like getting themselves killed. They're getting TP. Like, look at this. I mean, like, what is this? What is this? There's TPs, there's Mr. P stuff, there's Kenji supers, there's Primo supers. Like, everything's going down. And eventually someone comes out on top, and 90% of the time, I can't explain it.
Okay, Trav, breathe. Just take a big inhale. Like, just it's okay. It's okay. I got you.
Thanks. Usually I'm quite good at following what's happening, but this is. I got 20/20 vision, and it's too much for me.
It's okay. You still had a beautiful mustache earlier today. I'll never forget it, mate. I'll never forget it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It might have to return at some point. It might.
Well, I'm voting Brawl Ball on event.brawlstars.com as we speak. Get your votes in. It's already up to 72%, unbiased. That was already there before I even said it. But Gem Grab, of course, there to vote on, as well as Knockout, as to what the next mode that we play next will be. I think Brawl Ball's definitely going to be quite looking like a high favorite there, Trav.
What a surprise. What a surprise. It's never not Brawl Ball, let's be real. But I don't mind it. Brawl Ball is proved itself to be quite the exciting game mode in 5v5, and it's a lot easier to follow than Knockout at the end, which is the main thing. I do like Brawl Ball has been incredible all day long. Like, I've been enjoying watching it a lot. The 5v5 kind of adds some extra depth, some extra room, and we've been seeing a lot of people attacking from up, attacking down, and Ark, your time has come.
I was gonna say, I mean, like, you guys have been having all the fun all day long, and I've not had a single chance to place a bounty. Like, what is this? What's going on?
And you're gonna be the sheriff as well.
And I am the sheriff. I should have laid it down and just took control of the situation. But from event.brawlstars.com, looks like it is Brawl Ball who's going to be the mode. So I'm going to go with whoever scores the first goal. I want that aggressive start. I want to see a team really just jump in and get that goal on the board. And I mean, if I remember correctly, SK Gaming, I think are on like $1,500 of bounties already today. Definitely got at least that, right?
None.
Totem got zero.
Totem
So they
got none,
really
and
need to pull up their socks on this one.
They pulled straight through to the grand finals without a single bounty, which means the start of like every single game they had was just terrible, and they still managed to win. So I think that goes to show something about Reply Totem's kind of perseverance through this. But SK Gaming, they are one set up. They've got to score the first goal for another 500, and I'm sure that's exactly what they'll be going for because they've been racking up a lot of bounties already.
They've definitely been valuing it very, very highly. And I think that's like exactly how you're supposed to really go about this, in all honesty. I think like, you know, you want to be able to secure and lock in that prize pool money for the bounties as much as you possibly can, just because then it's like everything after that's a bonus, right? So for Reply Totem, definitely not valuing it in that same way, going the long haul side, just to kind of be the one to win the whole thing. And that's one way of doing it for sure. But I mean, for SK Gaming, if they are able to do the whole hog and win the September Spectacular, that's again.
As you even said it wrong, it's September Spectacle. September Spectacle.
It's the first time I've said it wrong, right? Yeah, it's a tough one. But if they go all the way, get those bounces as well, they're going to be on to some serious cash.
Yeah, I mean, that is, I'm sure that's exactly what they're aiming for. They're already ahead. It's 2,000 for first, and also they've already got 1,500 bounties, possibly another 500 if they bag the first goal there. So they could be walking away with a serious bag for their team if they manage to get the first goal and also win this set. They'll be cruising.
Great waves it is. Quite a nice map, to be fair. Got some bush there to be able to be bringing in some different brawlers that can have like ability to go on the aggressive whilst remaining incognito as well. And I want to see like, again, I want to see more Max today myself, but I know it's probably going to be more like the likely candidates that I'm going to see. Wasn't a massive fan of Mandy earlier myself, but there's the, yeah, thank you, Joker. I can always depend on Joker to bring in the Max, but also Reply Totem going to bring it in also. So really love that from both sides. And I mean, yeah, we've seen like every single game today with Kenji. There's been no singular game without it, right?
I think
Not that
so.
I can recall.
Yeah, it's always been at least on. Well, actually, no, we did have one. We had double Fang instead of a Kenji, I think, in one of them.
Wild.
Yeah.
Have we actually seen the Fang skin today? Because I don't recall.
I don't think so,
seeing the
and
Fang
that's
skin.
it's really annoyed me.
Come on,
They're not
come
even
on.
supporting their own scene. Like, guys,
Go to the shop. Go to the shop. Support the BSC. You are the players of it. You know where it's going to be. I'm pretty sure all these players knew about the fans Fang skin months ago. Get in the shop. Rep it. You know. Give yourself some support. It goes towards your prize pool. $1 million being added off the back of the funds. The first 1 million that are created off the back of the fans Fang skin going into the BSC prize pool for the World Finals.
what a save.
I should love to see that save of the line from Joker. My word, that was close.
you're too busy plugging the skin. What a
I
save. What a save that was. I mean, honestly, incredible from Joker there, especially. Shot comes through again, and Yoshi's going to grab that one off the line. Give SK another chance to start from the back. Laura having to back it all the way up back to spawn to heal up a little bit as Gear putting some serious pressure on. Now the speed comes through, only affecting Gear there. Surprised to see Chaos use it so early.
Well, some taps there from Chaos do show up there. OP lurking in the bush, so everyone's aware to it. But nonetheless, he's almost able to find a shot on goal there. Goes down eventually to Mario, but that was very, very close. I'm sure that if he had just a couple of seconds here and there, that would have been no doubt a goal. Trevor now with the Sandstorm going down. That's a perfect placement as well. Going to be very difficult for SK to really push much into it. Now get the ball ahead and move it to the side, up to the top, and just buy some time because that was getting a little bit scary.
Yeah, Joker with speed. He's going to grab the ball and try and move forward, but a hypercharged Gale will say no to that move. Now Laura's got one of her own, and she can do the exact same thing to them. Brilliant stun. Oh, not stun there. Great super coming in. Now the opportunity to try and score this round the side. Mario does break that little wall there as well, but super comes the other way. Trevor might fall down and does as he comes back out of that drill form instantly. Hypercharge coming through, but there's OP bouncing around all of them. Now trying to make the move round. He goes straight in, but gets nothing for it other than a kill. Obviously, you can't complain about the kill, but OP has this hypercharge, has this super up top, and it's back to pretty much an even 3v3.
The speed didn't quite find their OPE, but now a difficult spot if they lose control. Laura goes down, Yoshi just bring the ball to the side. There's one thing you got to say about SK Gaming, they're very good. Oh, the blunder! As I'm saying it, our blunder. Literally, I was going to say that SK are great at bringing the ball around the map and just deflating the pressure, but that was not it there. And it proved costly.
And Totem's first bounty as well. Chance of winning this game too. Yoshi going to try and go for this goal. Does get the knockback off it, but Mori grabs the ball along the way. Reply Totem say no to that goal. But they ain't trying to make a little break for it here. Does get found out though by that Sandstorm. And the Twister will deny that opportunity. Totem should be winning this one 1-0 up with 8 seconds on the clock. And SK with no chance now as all of these supers come down directly from the Gale. And that is going to be the first game that Reply Totem take in Brawl.
That escalated quickly, and as quickly as that one mistake happened, gotta give the shout out to Reply Totem to be able to secure the goal off the back of it, because like sometimes that happens and you're not even really aware that you've even got the ball because your brain's telling you, well, that was obviously not supposed to happen. So but like you said, they get the bounty. Like we've seen it all today so far. I was worried for Reply Totem we were going to end the day without a single bounty on their heads, and they get it in the unlikeliest of circumstances.
I mean, that was very odd, but it kind of worked along the way as well. You know, you got to take the opportunity. After you say in September spectacle, it's like my voice has just gone now. I can't speak. Oh, what a super! I mean, every time I'm speaking about something different, or you are, something massive happens. An XK just wipe Reply Totem.
I was saying earlier that I wanted to see more on the Fang pick, and that was exactly what I ordered. Great stuff from OP. I've been waiting a while to see it, and that really did cut the mustard. Absolutely so. Phenomenal performance to get that goal earlier for SK. He's not done yet even. He's got another super, goes in, finds one, can't quite find Trevor, but down to 166 HP. And now should finish it off as quickly as that. Goal for SK and the game.
Match point. Like,
yeah.
What? Like, that was so fast. Like, as soon as you or me, we speak about something different, you're either plugging the skin or I'm talking about the last game. An explosive start happens, something incredible happens, OP's going to team wipe them. I just need to completely focus on the gameplay at hand, not speak about absolutely anything else here, especially now, because it's match point to SK as well. This could all be done right here. Reply Totem could be cut short.
$2,000 for first place. And again, this is the grand finals. This is where it matters. Whoever takes it all at this stage of the competition. We've seen huge titans already fall today. Zeta Division were the first, and following that as well, Humble. These are the two final remaining teams. And SK Gaming with a flying start in that previous game may have just opened up the doors wide to that prize pool, plus the bounty they've established along the course of today, which is already, you know, many more on top of that. But for Reply Totem, they've got to try to survive this one, and it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, Joker with the speed early on as well. OP just needs a super, and we know what can happen, but yet to get one so far. Eventually gets one, but does get knocked back and stunned out thanks to that Gale Force, knocking him all the way back. You ain't going to go very aggressive. It seems like that's just something Kenyu does. You know, accept death, maybe sometimes take a lot of damage, use that gadget, get 75% of the damage you've just taken back, and it does go quite a long way.
OP going in again, just go and get the trade, but almost got the double there as well, as Maru's incredibly low by the end. Now, Reply Totem looking scary. All supers here. Oh, but look at that! Maru finds the corner, and SK were blind to it. Unbelievable shot on goal from the other side of the field.
Well, back to SK now, who seem to be in control of this bit with, I believe it was Lenane up top. What a stun there from OP. Watch out for this super now, because he might be able to make a move thanks to it. Round the back line, super shot to there. But what an inception from Chaos. That is huge stop to stop the goal that was surely coming without it.
The Joker creeping, got the hypercharge that might give it to himself here, gets the ball to the center, but there's no one there to pick it up. Lanelle was at top, but he was kind of clustered with Joker. Now, Reply Totem pushing it back down the other side of the field.
Super available from Laura, though, should be able to fend off pretty much anything at the moment. But now the hypercharge comes through from both sides. Instant spring into action. OP going forward. Sandy super shot. Saved off the line by Joker. And it's a huge chance for Totem. Going to be completely missed. Lenane swings the wrong way, though. Surely should be able to get this kill on Trevor now, and does go down upon return. That
was a very important clearance, no doubt about it. Joker needs to bring the speed home for his teammates now, especially with the hypercharge there from Trevor. Dangerous territory now for SK Gaming, trying to push the ball to the top as IKaos then pops the speed as well, keeping the aggression on, gets the pass through. Trevor's popped the gadget as well, the sweet dream stun. It's not even needed. Mary fires it, and Reply Totem bring the set forwards. We're going all the way.
Wouldn't want it any other way in the September spectacle, to be honest with you, because it's just never-ending set threes, and I'm not complaining because they have been incredible games all day long. But this is really something. Huge back and forward between these two teams. Back and forward in the first set, back and forward in the second set, and we're going all the way.
Yeah, every single match today, hasn't it? Every single one has gone to the third and final set here in this best of threes. And I mean, it's great. I mean, it's fantastic to see. Like, it couldn't be closer. We've said it all day long when it comes to the polls, when it comes to the matchups of various things on event.brawlstars.com, that every single game is a 50-50. It's really, really tough to call it today. I mean, the biggest thing of a surprise that we saw, wasn't it, was the Zeta Division's roster not really cutting what we expected from them. But every matchup is just, you can cut the tension with a knife.
Yeah, you really can. I mean, it's just so entertaining. And these plays, you know, it was just overwhelming force from Totem in comparison to kind of breakthrough moments from SK. I feel Reply Totem did feel in control of Brawl Ball for the majority of it, and I do think they deserve the set because of that. But SK Gaming, you know, they had their moments. They had the huge kills from OP getting them goals. They had, you know, just blinding moments of just pure skill, which got them theirs. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. You can win games off, you know, singular talent and singular plays. But I do think Reply Totem deserved that, and I think it's right we're going to a set 3 to decide this.
Look at that. Unbelievable. I mean, thank God Reply Totem got that bounty in that game, honestly, because if they hadn't, then SK Gaming would have got the first place prize pool in bounties alone. And then if they go on to win the whole thing, they'll be like getting double first place, which is just absolutely insane. But Reply Totem, yeah, they definitely were short of a bounty. We saw at least one picked up by Zeta and one picked up by Humble earlier today. They were the only team that was still dragging their heels behind. But now they're caught up at least with Zeta and Humble. SK Gaming, though, they have been valuing very heavily so the bounties in this competition, and you can see why.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you pocket in $1,500, you know, you're going to care about winning, but you're going to care about it not less, because you still want money, right? But it's nice to have money in the bank, even because if you do lose, then you're still taking $1,500 home, rather than Reply Totem, who have only got 500 at the moment. So they're going to be really rooting for this win a little bit more, and I think that showed their perseverance through that. And what a surprise, we're back to Brawl Ball again.
Hey, I'm not complaining, mate.
Neither am I. It was incredible.
I think if it was knockout again, then your brain might be not be able to cope in the grand finals. You know,
you'd be cast on your own. I'd have just collapsed.
Well, at least your mustache has fallen off, so you can have to not worry about that anymore. I know earlier it was quite hard to smile and laugh, so I guess with all my jokes and just, you know, my being here, it's very tough to keep a straight face, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that.
Let's go with that, mate. Well, cool shapes. Any brawls that you're looking to see here?
I think it's going to be pretty much the same, right? I feel like it's a pretty similar map. A lot of Kenji, a lot of Max, maybe some Sandy in there as well. It's not the most open. It's not like the honestly, I don't know what the Brawl Ball map's called. I'm not like I'm pretending I know 5v5 maps, but the one that's a bit more open. They only kind of have the fences rather than walls. But it's going to be the Gale. What a surprise! Kenji, Max, more of the same. No Sandy, surprisingly. We're going to see the Bell slot in as well as those Mo's going back, and the Fang only on one side this time, and it's going to be the SK side.
Yeah, I'm really pleased to see the Bell. I think Bell's really quite underrated in 5v5 and can get some fantastic value. So the Max, though, juicy for Reply Totem. Would like to have seen at least that on the side of SK Gaming as well, but certainly not in any way disappointed with the comp. I want to see OP, though, with that Fang pick really bring some fantastic moments back and Bell to some very close matches. And again, bring it to a match point. What better way to end out the September spectacle?
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly, after today, I'm looking forward to tomorrow for the two shows that are going to be there. Obviously, South America and North America still to come tomorrow. But before that, we have this deciding set between SK Gaming and Reply Totem to see who comes out on top of the European region. Starting strong for SK as they have the ball. OP going to go for the super. Doesn't find any bounces round, which I'm sure he's going to be pretty disappointed about. But Maru pulling through strong. Nice little slow in there as well to keep himself alive for Joker. And he got the kill. Laura gets one as well. And Totem's still going to hold on though.
Speed over to Guille there. And the ball's still up top. Chaos doing his best to defend it. And now support comes in from Guille and Maru. And now goes for the dash, gets the ball to Yoshi, pass back around to OPE, and now Larissa might be able to get a pass towards herself or even a shot on goal, but now I think Reply Totem are a bit more savvy to it, and wasted opportunity now. The ball should be defended pretty easily now from, I say that, Joker coming in, though, gets the knockback.
Cycle. I say cycle that as well. If he moved a little bit further up and used that, it'd have had pretty much a triple kill with the amount of damage that it would have put in. Okay, it's going to dash forwards to that ball. Lene moving forwards for the dash forward. Tries to get the kill, but doesn't manage it. so low and does fall down. Don't think he really had the time to use a gadget there. OP going to go in. Actually, the super goes towards Joker there as he bounced himself up on that twister and moved out the way of it.
Oh, that was almost a chance for Guille, but the walls are still up there. They've got to break those if they can on the side there of Reply Totem, but SK now have the ball, making the run for it. Mari, though, is not the person that Linan wants to see for sure. With the help of Yoshi, does get the takedown as Treble then marks up Yoshi, pops the hypercharge as well. Chaos does that himself as well. Speed to himself, though, no one else behind that, so he's going to go on the aggressive, but to what avail? All push forwards. SK might have a chance on goal here if they can just get a couple of takedowns, and that ball, most importantly, now cleared up by Guille. Love that for Reply Totem.
Yeah, he's going to go for slice and dice once more, but doesn't find anything. Oh, he gets a double on return, though. Actually, Yoshi did manage to get one of them, but a bit of help from Lane along the way. Ball passed up to Lorita now, as he's got the hypercharge ready to roll. You'd have thought he'd gone through the wall on that one. Saved himself a bit of damage along the way. But Laura has the super in hand, goes to the ball, passes it forwards into a bit of a compromising position for Totem. They have to think about that. They have to move it out of the way, and that's exactly what Mora did.
Well, no goals on either side just yet as we approach an overtime scenario. I think for me, SK are looking better, but marked up is Yoshi now. Joker low as well. Maru just going absolutely crazy. This could be disastrous for it to be here. Replies if we can just get the ball. And now, Laura tapping here, just keeping back EA a little bit more as now her teammates spawn back in. And OP's got that hypercharge. Needs the super though, and that's what Totem so far is depriving him of.
OP goes for it. Yeah, not going to use the super to try and get away there. Joker goes forward, misses his entire hypercharge nightmare, but Linane's through. Might be able to do a little dash and play. Not sure what he's kind of got in the bag. Think he had the swipe. Yoshi moving forwards now, goes for the shots on Mori, doesn't get the kill. Now dashing from Gear, opening on the right, but they go left, and it finds its way through somehow. And it's a goal and a game for SK. But it was close to the end. It got tense, and I thought maybe they were going to fluff the chance.
I thought maybe the same would have been the face there, because normally you'd secure it a little bit faster. I think that maybe Lionel was expecting a super pass as well, so then when he received the ball was kind of debating as to what to do with it, whether he was going to try and run it through or pass it back. And then, like, yeah, I mean, that shot on goal even looked like a little bit precarious at times as well, but nonetheless, a goal is a goal, right?
A goal's a goal, but it does something to my heart that I can't take much more of. I can't take much more of this today. I can't take any more of this today. It's gonna have to be straightforward games. You know, give me some exciting moments in the middle, but when you've got a goal scoring opportunity, put the ball in the goal. Don't try anything too special.
A great quote there, Trav Talks. Beautiful stuff. I'll mark that down for later in my little book of Trav quotes.
Book of Trav.
Well, Trav quotes. Well, that's the ball straight away. Definitely some chaos going back and forth here, but Joker on that Gale pick, just trying to find the matchup against Chaos. Just going on the aggressive. It's actually quite an interesting matchup. They both go down at the exact same time. I mean, that kind of suits the playstyle that we were seeing there leading up to it, in all fairness.
Yeah, both so aggressive, and OP got a super as well, looking to try and get someone down on lane. Lane leaves that ball in a very open position, has to kind of dash for it, make up for his mistake of where he put it. Yoshi gets the kill, straight back into this wrap form now, and OP super still there. Bouncing bell shots around them, though, is going to keep them quite low. Lane healing up, has to dash to try and rotate over to Guille to cover the goal. There's too many opportunities with 5 people on the pitch to just be kind of thinking about yourself and trying to get kills rather than covering the goal just like that from Joker.
Guille didn't go in with the drill there, really passed to himself, potentially could have got some knockback along the way, maybe secured the goal, but nonetheless, reply to but not done yet. Pass to Mari, but Lenan comes in on the aggressive and does do wondrous work of that. Finds Guille as well, that slice and dice, beautiful stuff. As now, SK rotating the ball around now, going down the top side of the map. OP pushing it forwards, but Maru, well aware of it, goes in on himself though, and doesn't find too much from what I could see, but very tough to tell on the angle. Mari has the hypercharge, so really, realistically here, OP is going to have a really tough matchup to do much about powering through. SK might be better to spring the ball around.
I mean, Mori's just wasted his hypercharge there. Not sure he's going to use it. He does use it just as it comes through, and then there's one in return from Joker as well, who is marked up. Lane running for the ball. Doesn't want IKOS with his hypercharge and speed to have a chance of getting it. Laura might want to mark someone up as well to try and deflate this push, but now the hypercharge speed comes through, and Maru just dashing up. Laura's going to go down thanks to Guille dashing in, but Lane going straight for Guille in return. He does have that shield up, but now rotating over, just trying to heal. Joker gets a kill a long way on. Mori does as well, though. Little trades here and there. And 3v3 up this top, and Laura and Guille are going to rejoin the fight.
25 seconds on the clock. If SK Gaming score this and Reply Totem don't respond, they will be the winners of the September
what a move.
Spectacle. Now's the push coming in. Lenan going for it. Joker has marked up himself now. The super shot as well. On goal for saved to the line by Chaos. That's huge for Reply Totem. And now a potential counter push.
Yeah, moving the other way. Gia got the super in hand as well. Can do this like kind of shot dash to open up some room for his teammates. But Yoshi coming back out of spawn. Chaos going down the bottom. And it seems like a recurring thing that happens. You go from the sides, not down the middle on a 5v5 map. Needs to try and find some connections, but OP around the back seems to be doing a lot of work there with the Fang Super. Can't really see it in action. The name not able to do much in this position. Yoshi gets one, wants to go for the dash towards Chaos. Knockback's not going to be there. OP with a dash onto the ball, denies them for now. But how long is it going to stop them for? Actually, they get the ball to the center and everybody's back.
Crazy, absolutely crazy. Let's see though. SK are far from out of the woods here. Maru needs super ready to be here. Nice connection from Trip with the hypercharge, and this could be a very strong push from Reply Totem. Huge knockback there. Lenon's there as well in the middle. The ball though is still in the twister, and it can't be touched. So far, SK have done a great job of being able to defend, but now Yoshi in a 1 versus 2 does pretty well for himself, and SK have got a chance. But I don't think they got the time.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not sure the time is, but Gia's going to go forward. Actually goes too far, and now there might be a breakaway here. Joker with the super. But it's not going to be enough. 1 second on the clock. Yoshi tries to make the move. A few more seconds and maybe. But it's actually going to be a draw. And SK still in control. But Totem staying alive.
I think there was a world where that could have actually led to a goal, despite the clock ticking down. If there was just enough supers on the map to be able to pass the ball around a bit more efficiently. I mean, that could have actually been one of the most insane endings, especially when you think about how fitting it would be to happen in the grand final against that match point. But unreal. Well, that will end in a draw. We'll play it back out again, but so exciting to watch realistically there. Just so much action to really kind of like muster over and digest, really. But certainly for SK Gaming, still on the cusp here, but Reply Totem putting us some really, really good resilience to things.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're holding on well. They are really playing phenomenal defensive work, and they've played some great aggressive work there where they probably should have scored a few times. But some great, you know, SK on the flip side as well, defending so well. It's just a question of whether or not you're able to turn that defense into a bit of offense in this game.
OP's looking scary. Goes in for the super as well. Passes himself, but can't quite get it in the goal. A bit of a miss, really, from Reply Totem there to not really see it coming there, but great play from OP himself. Luis then pops the nest egg, and now in a really precarious position, Chaos will be able to clean that up pretty cleanly. In the meanwhile, ball top right now, as SK start to bring things back under control.
Yeah, a little slice and dice through 2 of them there for Lenane. And healing up well as well to try and take Chaos down. Is marked up, so took quite a hefty hit there. Lenane just going to try and survive this one out, move back. And Narita going in with a few shots to try and save him.
Well, again, see Mara going in, getting some good value. Laura low now as well, and continuing to do so to Yoshi there as well. But everyone still stays standing now. OP now falls. The hyper charge from Chaos brings a lot of utility over to Treble, Yi, and Maru. And they bring the ball forward as well, and now falls. Looking pretty good for Reply Totem now on the top side. Brings the ball back to Treble, gets the most hypercharged connection onto OPE. And SK looking weak and weary here. Can Maru finish this off? Can he get a super just in the nick of time? A lot of bodies to be able to get this ball through, so I'm not too sure.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If he gets the super, it's pretty much in, but he hasn't got one so far. Joker gets one of his own. Might be able to defend this one now, but can't clear the ball, and the walls are broken. Eventually, they are by Maru, but not quick enough. And Laura gives them the ball. How many times are going to SK do this? Gie coming through, but the knockback's there off spawn, and Joker keeps them alive once more. Counter-attack, inbound, surely. But I think Totem are back up in time to stop it.
Insane defense of SK Gaming. Realistically there, I think Reply Totem should have done a little bit better, but nonetheless, surviving on RSK again on a match point situation with 30 seconds on the clock. They need to find a goal here and just nip this in the butt because this is going out of control. Reply Totem are getting some great value here, but as the Joker there, great high overcharge, recycling it over. SK Gaming now pushing forward. OP looking for that super as well. Yoshi has his, but Gear comes in just to place the whole thing despite the twist. That was a great play.
Yeah, well, Laura has a super here now as well, and Yoshi might be able to make a breakthrough play with this Mo super. Trevor's going to clean up Laura, though, and get rid of her. Joker now has one of his own, might be able to make something happen with this. Knockback comes through, doesn't get a lot from it, and we are in that little drill form for Yoshi. Gets out of it, but hypercharge ready to go for more. Doesn't really get much of a connection, and the value really wasted there.
Ball push forward. Dangerous stuff now.
Oh,
for
OP.
SK Gaming now. OP goes in with a lovely little thing there, but not able to make much more of it. And these Gale shots are still dangerous. Maori, if he gets that fork again, the +3 blow as well.
What is
Arrow
happening?
going in, but Sugar surviving on. Lana surviving on the ball. Pass clear. Totem didn't secure it.
Chaos can't get the ball either because the lane's made him quite low. Now the dash comes in from him, but will return onto lane, gets the kill. Another super in hand as well and goes for it. Trevor with the shot, but saved surely by Yoshi. Doesn't get cleaned up along the way. The ball pass to Laura and is heading straight to the corner. And it's just shot after shot and fail after